He shouldn't have survived, but Toby chose to fight. That tiny pup on the streets of Bali, barely 5 months old, had already lived through more pain than any little life ever should. His body was frail, his ribs faintly visible under thin skin. And yet, his belly was swollen, tight and heavy, so large that every breath seemed like a battle. His eyes told a story of confusion and loneliness, as if asking, "Why me? Why am I alone?" But even in those tired eyes, there was a spark, a quiet plea for someone to see him, to help him, to care, and someone did. The rescue, a fragile hope begins. When rescuers first lifted Toby into their arms, he didn't resist. He didn't whimper. He simply pressed his tiny head against them as if relieved to finally stop pretending to be brave. He was exhausted, physically and emotionally, but for the first time, he wasn't alone anymore. At the vet clinic, the truth came rushing in. Toby wasn't just malnourished. He was fighting a life-threatening condition, severe ascites, caused by low albumin levels, infection, and anemia. That swollen belly was fluid. His body could not stop producing. He struggled to move, to breathe, to simply exist. Still, there was more. Just when hope seemed fragile enough to break, Toby tested positive for Parvo, a dangerous virus for puppies. So many hurdles, so much uncertainty. And this little pup was right in the middle of it. But Toby, tiny and trembling, refused to give up. A battle no puppy should face. Every day was a challenge. The fluid in Toby's abdomen had to be drained again and again. Vet visits became routine. The medical team consulted specialists, explored treatment options, hoped for improvements. But weeks passed, and the fluid kept returning. 2 months, 2 months of slow steps, careful feeding, delicate care. And still no weight gain, no growth. His little body kept fighting, but science was running out of answers. Can you imagine watching a puppy try so hard just to keep going? The vets delivered heartbreaking news. There may be nothing more to do. Prognosis, poor. Future, uncertain, but love is powerful. And Toby had people who believed in him. He also had someone special by his side, Daisy, a gentle adult dog who took him under her wing like a mother. She nudged him to eat, curled around him when he slept, and gave him the warmth his tiny, tired body needed. Sometimes healing begins not with medicine, but with love, and Toby received both. Every single day, where medicine paused, miracles took over. With traditional treatments exhausted, the team tried something new, a nutrient-rich, high-protein diet to rebuild his strength. Salmon, beef liver, and carefully chosen supplements to support his little body. Slowly, almost quietly, things began to change. One morning, the swelling was a little less. A week later, a tiny spark of energy. Then a playful paw swipe, a curious sniff, a little bark. It wasn't sudden, it wasn't dramatic. It was patient, gentle progress, the kind that happens when a soul refuses to give up. Day by day, Toby grew stronger. His belly no longer ballooned painfully. His breathing eased. His ribs softened under new muscle and healthy weight. His coat grew shinier. His steps grew bolder. Then one day, Toby ran. Not fast, not far, but he ran. Free, happy, alive. And for the rescuers who had held him through every uncertain moment, that little run felt like witnessing a miracle. A new life, joyful, fearless, and full of love. More than a year after the day he was lifted from the streets, Toby is almost unrecognizable. That fragile little shadow has become a confident young dog, playful, full of light, bursting with life. He now has almost no fluid buildup, eats eagerly and grows strong, plays and socializes with other dogs, walks confidently on a leash, loves exploring the world he once fought to stay in his eyes. Once dim and questioning, now shine with excitement, trust, and pure joy. Toby didn't just survive, he bloomed, and now he's ready for his greatest chapter yet, a loving forever home where he will never be lonely again. The lesson Toby gave us Toby's journey wasn't easy. It wasn't fast, it wasn't simple, but it was proof of something powerful. When love meets resilience, miracles happen. He is the reminder that no struggle defines a life, it only shapes its strength. Imagine giving up on him when things looked hopeless. Imagine never seeing the happy, healthy dog he is today. Stories like Toby's show us why rescues matter, why patience matters, why compassion matters. Because sometimes all a fragile life needs is one chance. Let's celebrate Toby's victory. If Toby's story touched your heart, help his journey inspire others. Comment below. What part of his transformation moved you the most? Share this story to honor his courage. And if you believe every animal deserves a chance to live and love, let others know. Together, we can create more miracles. One rescue, one foster, one Toby at a time.
Fine, Toby. Super. Ja, schau mal.